Buddy, I just saw that the Pokemon Unite winter tournament finals were on right now for Japan, and I was like, let's freaking do this and watch some of this right now. I don't know if we'll be able to check out the entire thing, but I thought it would be cool to bring some of this to you. So if you're hanging out, welcome, welcome, welcome as we check out some tournament finals here. Secret Ship down one game right now. Secret Ship, one of my favorite teams to watch. Blastoise, Dragonite making it into a game right here. It's a Hyper Beam Dragonite getting taken down by Mimikyu right here. Umbreon just jumping on right in. We have a Liquidation Inteleon. Umbreon just moving right forward there. Down goes the Blissey. Mew taking down the Snorlax right here. Inteleon in so much trouble. And there's, once again, they've got that Hydro Pump Rapid Spin Blastoise here in Japan. Urshifu chasing down some big KOs. 3 down on the side of, I don't know the team's name, and 2 down on the side of Secret Ship. Right here, 1 minute left. Secret Ship's in a lot of trouble. They're way behind in this match. Let's see, can they do anything against this? This Moonlight Clefable with Urshifu, it's lasting a lot throughout these fights. They're going to try to push forward right here. They have to make a move. They have 45 seconds left. They're looking for a rip, but they're just getting absolutely ripped apart. Play rough Mimikyu. I can't believe someone would let someone draft this Pokemon right now. Mimikyu is just disgusting right here. You've got Ton on it, too. He's so good. And there they go, just ripping apart Secret Ship. They are down. That's the game for them. I feel like if you're letting a team draft Mimikyu, you're in so much trouble, man. It's so busted right now. I know it's always different when you're talking about, you know, competitive play, right? But geez, it is just so crazy. It would be nice if your webcam was in the top right corner instead of the bottom. Oh, you think that helps? Like there? Over the Reggies? You think that's better? Is that a little stronger? I guess there isn't a lot of information up there, right? There's more information on the bottom right. That's a good point. That's a good point. As we're checking some of this out, guys. I didn't expect to be checking some of this out, but I was working on some videos here. And I was like, you know what? This would be cool. Mimikyu and Inteleon not banned. I mean, I don't know. I think a lot of these Pokemon should not be banned, honestly. Is Muscle Man good for play rough? You don't need it, but you could. You need my face bigger? I'll make my face the whole screen right now. I'll make my face the entire screen, everybody. I don't know. I kind of want less Pokemon banned, I have to be honest. Let's take a look here. 111,000 damage on the Urshifu. 81,000 on the Inteleon. If I'm looking at these two teams, I don't know, they're both great, honestly. But if I'm looking at these two teams, I really like our team on the orange side a lot better. And it's easy for me to say after they already won, right? It's so easy to say. They won, it's fine, but I don't know. I like the team on the right better. I do. I just think you've got more busted things. Clefable's really busted right now, it feels like. Good to see you too, Dessel. Is Snorlax should be in competitive? Yeah. Water Bear still in the meta. You know, I'm seeing it in Japan, ANXB, but I'm not seeing it as much in other places. I'm seeing it more in Japan than I am other places, for sure. Taking a look at our bracket right here. MJK going up a game earlier. United Ninja, I believe. Ninjin, excuse me. You have Unite Holic. Like a Unite Holic. Unite-a-holic. And then I don't know the name of this team that just took down Secret Ship. Secret Ship's one of those teams. They're such a cool team to watch. And they have wild swings, and they play some wild Pokemon. I always am a big fan of how Secret Ship plays. Because they're just really interesting, you know? They bring out really, really interesting picks. I think the team that just won translates roughly to Pitch Dark Crew. Oh, okay. Alright, fair enough. Winning that one right there. Heading up to a grand finals for our champion here of their winter tournament. I mean, obviously, the teams we're seeing right now could possibly be winning worlds. I think one of the coolest things about watching competitive Unite right now is the idea that a lot of this is going to be coming to our, you know, our ranked system here very soon. We're going to be playing a lot more like the professionals are playing. Rich just reading bedtime stories with the boys. Nice. It's funny. I've been playing Water Spin Blastoise through Veteran. The first thing I see is Hydro Spin. Yeah, Hydro Spin is... I think it's very situational. You have to be very skilled with it. Rapid Spin Water Spout is clearly better overall, but there are some really interesting interactions with it. It's a burst of damage rather than it being consistent, and it does have a shove to it, which is unique. You know, obviously, Rapid Spin Water Spout doesn't have that, so there is something there. Can I cast together with Ender? I don't know. Is Ender on? I wasn't even as much thinking of casting. I was just kind of watching. It can work for more control than damage. Yeah, that's kind of what it is. Yeah. Oh, he's watching too? Nice. Black Goblin versus Secret Ship. Obviously, Secret Ship is one of those teams where watching their losers match makes a lot of sense, right? You would expect them to go far. They were the #1 seed out of Japan this year, and I think last year. I think they might have been the #1 seed both years, or maybe they got runner-up one year. I can't remember, but they're always a really cool team to watch. You know, they bring out weird strats, which is great. Is there a reason Giga Drain is preferred over Sludge Bomb in tournaments? It's actually preferred in general, Mock, and a lot of the reason is because of the damage reduction. So if you don't know much about Giga Drain, let me school you a little bit. I'll try to pop this out into another window here. I'll read it to you because I don't remember the exact numbers, but one of the biggest points, not only is it easy to use, does pretty solid damage and heals you, the damage reduction really is the big thing on Giga Drain. So Giga Drain, if you hit an enemy, you take 35% reduced damage for 2.5 seconds. That's the real thing. It's like, I mean, the damage reduction is massive. 35% damage reduction is crazy. If Sludge Bomb did something like that, I don't know how it would. You can't really. But if Sludge Bomb did something like that, it'd be useful. But basically, this just stops enemies from being able to dive you. So you get, you see, I don't know if you guys saw the regional finals in North America, the live regional finals when TTV went up against Luminosity, and Lutano had some Venusaur fights where he just survived an insanely long amount of time. He had like this crazy one where he got 2 with 1 beam near him. Maybe that was against Amaterasu, but I thought that was in the grand finals. Either way, the Giga Drain is what is able to keep Venusaur alive in some of those crazy moments. And Venusaur being alive long enough to get off another beam can be the difference between winning and losing a fight. So that's the big reason for Giga Drain. It's just better. It's just a lot better. And lots of things want to dive you because you do crazy amounts of damage, right? I know. I'm so excited, Umberto. Band pick finally coming. It's amazing. It is amazing. Full Fury's not returning soon, but Panic Parade is. It was... oh, Doobsnacks is here. What's up, buddy? Doobsnacks is here. It was against Brave Birders, Game 3, when Brave Birders won the team fight at Ray. There you go. Doobsnacks knows. He knows a lot more than I do. Thank you. So it was against Brave Birders. It was like a classic... It was one of those moments that was like amazing. You're banning Mewtwo's? They are banned in this tournament, I believe. Mewtwo's are banned here. Zacian is not, right? Will you do Unite Rivals again this year? I don't know. Will we? Do you think Draft Pick is going to have way more AFKs? No, Blush. Actually, what I think is going to happen... no, Draft's not out until Pokemon Day, Timmy. I think what is going to happen is you're going to actually see Standard play get a ton more players, and you're going to have the more competitive players stay in ranked. That's what I think. That's like my guess. I don't think Zacian's banned. Maybe it's banned in this tournament. I don't think it is, but it could be. You know? We need more NA tournaments. Totally agree, Mary Reg Ice. Love your name, by the way. How Christmassy themed. Katie, submitting my application for organized play, trust, and safety program manager with TPCI. Wish me luck. Yeehaw. Nice. Good luck. Unite Rivals. Who could rival Spragels? Oh, the Unite Rivals was a great time last year. Unite Rivals was me and Mr. Christopher Heroes, which is not his name. And we got together and we had the best from NA all fight and the best from EU all fight, and then we put them together to see who would win EU versus NA, and EU dominated that tournament pretty hard. They did great. That was when Tally Bobo really put themselves on the map as like the team in the world. Yeah. You could strategically ban and ranked in standard, you lose, it's whatever. True. Yeah. You're going to see some wild stuff. Let's be fair. When draft comes to the game, you're going to have some of your teammates ban some stuff that makes no sense and pick some stuff that makes no sense. There is going to be a learning curve. There's going to be a learning curve for sure. All right, we're taking a look at Secret Ship versus Black Goblin. It looks like Secret Ship thinking of banning Zacian, which leads me to believe that it is available in this tournament. They're the second pick, so they don't want to give the first pick over to Black Goblin, who is thinking about taking away Inteleon. Yeah. They're going to take away Inteleon. They're going to take Zacian. The question is, what's the big prio pick right now? It could be Umbreon. I'm wondering what everyone's prioritizing in this first pick slot. I don't know if teams are like prioritizing damage. Oh, Mew. Duh. I forgot. Mew is a great first pick. We've got Hoopa being hovered here for Secret Ship. Obviously one of the premier, yeah, Hoopa, Umbreon. So Umbreon feeling like a first pick to me, it's not surprising that I see it go here for Secret Ship. I wonder if we're seeing a lot of Lapras or if teams have kind of dropped that here. We've got Secret Ship really wants this Blastoise. Oh, excuse me, Black Goblin is taking the Blastoise now. And Urshifu. Urshifu still being popular. I don't know if we'd see as much Urshifu in EU and NA, honestly. I feel like it has lost a decent amount of value, but we'll see. Ooh! Man, I love Secret Ship. Give me the Dragonite. Give me the Espeon. Let's go. Secret Ship is such a cool team to watch, man. Are you bringing out an Aegislash? I could kiss you right now, Black Goblin. Is this real? I want to see Aegislash. Aegislash Clefable? Oh, yeah. Oh. Don't tease me, dude. Don't tease me, dude. All right, all right. Trev's amazing. And we've got Greatra. Greatra is the last pick here. So we've got double defenders for both teams. Really tanky team comps. The healing of Black Goblin is obviously more... what's the right word for it? It's more consistent and it's immediate. And then you're going to have to position yourself better for Secret Ship here. I still love Lapras, but since it's nerfs, it's hard to make the same plays as before. Very true. You didn't believe the sword when they pulled it? I know. I shouldn't have believed it either. But what can you do? What can you do? They're in front of a big green screen right now. I don't want to break the magic, everybody, but that's not what it looks like in there. Okay? I'm not trying to break the magic for you, but that's just not what's happening. How did Mimikyu make it through the draft? Here's the thing. Maybe people aren't used to how crazy good it is yet. But I don't know. I would probably be picking it. I would pick it over Urshifu, honestly. But maybe it wouldn't be a big thing. You know? Hate this split screen. Hate it. Maybe they'll get rid of it pretty fast. I never like the split screen. You don't get a lot of information. I just hope they drop it. Okay, they drop it by 9:45. I'm not mad at it. That's a totally fine split screen. Now I'm just like trashing the broadcast. Hate this. Oh, here comes the Hoopa with the invade Secret Ship. I had to write you a love letter. You're so beautiful. Please show us the invade, not whatever's happening down there. Oh, it's a double invade? Never mind. Umbreon coming in for the invade too? You sneaky, sneaky boys. Oh, man. It didn't work out, but how cool was that? A Hoopa and Umbreon invade. Honestly, hats off to him. I'm bummed that it didn't work at all. Didn't work at all, but that was pretty fun. We've got Dragonite heading top. Thank you so much. Graveyard Beekeeper, thanks for the 9 months, buddy. Appreciate the support. Love you. One thing is for sure, if you see Urshifu on the other side, you can absolutely take part of its center away from it. It's so weak when it's Cubfu. That's just getting rinsed, completely gone. And we see Black Goblin's actually going to be running the Water Spout build, not the Hydro Pump build. Moving up top here. They're looking for a KO, possibly on Urshifu. They got so many members of Secret Ship right here. No, they're not going to get anything. 20 seconds till anything happens middle. Black Goblin's Mew pushing back here, going to get its level 5. No! Chase down! Woohoo! Ripping them apart. Stored power. Dancing around and taking down Mew. They're running Surf Spout. You're right, Regice. They're running Surf Spout. For sure. Pushing onto this fight right here. Taking center easily. No one's here from Black Goblin. But Black Goblin's just raining points in the bottom path. And we see Umbreon right here. Foul play, man. Could move the entire team. But there's just not enough from Secret Ship to stop this. A lot of points rained in. 94-9 right now. We got birds spawning here in about 10 seconds. No one from Black Goblin heading back center. Maybe they're sending their Trev back? What's their plan? Oh no, they're sending Urshifu back. Urshifu is going to take center again. This is the data on Dragonite. Are they letting us know that this is Outrage? Oh, it's Hyper Beam. Why are they showing Outrage? Alright. Well, I don't read Japanese, so unfortunately I'm not saying what... I don't know what they're saying. I would love to see Outrage Dragonite right now. Unfortunately, I don't think it brawls well into Clefable, because Clefable just heals everybody, but I love Outrage right now. Hyper Beam's not the worst. It just has weird positioning on Thea, I feel like. It did way better on the last map. And it was more broken. Urshifu going in here. Nice Unite move, picking up a second KO, being pushed back. Easy secure there for Black Goblin. Secret Ship on the back foot here. Nice score. Goal zone's at 9. We got a 30. That would be good. Mew trying to put it in. 4 members on the goal, but it does not work. Goomy going down. Mew looking to make something happen. Just Unite moves. Unfortunately, not going to be able to get much done with that Unite move. Actually, maybe going down here. It's on like nothing. Are they chasing it down? Clefable coming in with the heals right here. Nice big beam, but they're all able to heal with that hyperspace hole in the bush. And it looks like they're not going to come back for that fight. We have Black Goblin's Blastoise just ripping apart the objective. They didn't need to use Blastoise at all. It's level 9 in the top path. Level 10 now. Level-wise, points-wise, objective-wise, I think even spiritually, this is looking horrible for Secret Ship here. Wow. Nothing good is happening currently for Secret Ship. This could be good. If Black Goblin can't push this in and they give up some KOs here, this is big, nice big Unite move moving in. Here comes the Blastoise, a huge block. Clefable rolled block, not exactly what you want in this moment, but they're pushing them off the goal zone. Dragonite now uniting in here, pushing back. Blastoise gets a KO, 3 members down of Secret Ship. This is going to be 4 members of Secret Ship. Umbreon coming up to try to stop it, and they can't. Ah, gosh, Black Goblin. Ooh, oh, Black Goblin, blam, blam. Whoa, Black Goblin, blam, blam. Black Goblin took a goal, blam, blam. It's so bad for Secret Ship. Yikes, 265 to 9. This feels like a solo queue game. Yikes, yikes, yikes. This is a tough one, guys. Secret Ship just getting worked top to bottom. So what's happening right here? We have a level 13 1-3 Urshifu at the 5-minute mark basically here. As long as Black Goblin doesn't give up a bunch of foolish KOs, they have no way of losing this match. Secret Ship has to find an opportunity to pick up some massive KOs here. They're putting some points on the board, which is nice. They're giving up this objective. They know they have no chance of fighting for it at all. I like this. Trying to get back in the game any way they can. And look at Black Goblin right here. This could be a mistake. If Secret Ship can do anything about it, big Umbreon Unite goes down right away, though. Here comes the Unite move from Blastoise pushing into the backline. Urshifu raining some more points in. Hoopa coming in with the Unite move, but there are 5 members of Black Goblin on this bottom path. I mean, 395 already to 105. They can lose Rayquaza right now and still be in position to win this match. This is rough. This is hard. I mean, man. Emotional damage for sure. We've got Mew. The stats here are telling me that it's used its Unite 8 times in some important ways. How do we feel about this stat screen? Do we like this? Like, obviously we don't know what it's saying, but do we like kind of like pop-outs like that with information? Do you guys like that? It's kind of cool. Can they get anything? Oh! You don't like it? No. Lots of no's. Lots of no's. It's way too obstructing. If I could read it, maybe. Oh, it's interesting. YouTube is saying no. Twitch is saying they like it. Interesting. And TikTok saying they love the pop-out. Oh, now it's like it's on. It's on. What do you do here? It's 230. Level 14 Urshifu. As long as Black Goblin doesn't throw, Secret Ship has no chance. Clefable gets caught. No, that's okay. The timer's not that bad. Not that bad. Low experience Pokemon. If that was at 2 minutes, like 2:05, that could be rip and flip time. But Clefable's coming back. They're okay. They're okay. Ooh, stored power. I like the stored power pick. I liked a lot of what Secret Ship did, and I think Black Goblin liked it even more. Massive Solar Beam. They're gonna have to take this portal home. They do. Hoopa unites, pulling the team back. Goodra can throw its Unite move if it feels like it. Can they catch this Urshifu? Dragonite coming in, not able to get anything done right there. Urshifu just ripping them apart. The Wood Hammer shutting them down. I mean, Goodra can live forever, but a level 15 Urshifu with a Clefable by its side. And now Black Goblin can kind of casually take this Rayquaza. Again, even if Secret Ship takes it with 1 or 2 Pokemon up, it's not that relevant. Yeah, taken by Black Goblin. Absolutely dominant performance by Black Goblin. What a match for them. I mean, I don't know. If I was Secret Ship, I'd, you know, back to the drawing board, but I might like choose a different art form. I don't even know if the drawing board's going to work right here. Possibly get an easel out. Maybe start painting something. Whatever it was, that was just really rough for them. Secret Ship got wrecked. Got shipwrecked, Francine. You're right. Indeed. My normal games don't even go this bad. Yeah, it's tough. But, you know, it is what it is. We've all had matches like this. I mean, these are top tier players. It just, honestly, not a single thing went right for them, it feels like. And Black Goblin capitalized on every single mistake Secret Ship made. Black Goblin was cooking. Cooking. As we count down the last few moments of this match right here. Some people call it garbage time, but you know what I call it? I just call it the good times. Everything's already been decided. Your heart can stop beating a little bit. Nice Unite move. Nice little surf right there. Yikes. Let's take a look at these numbers, right? Oh, thanks, Cabrera. Appreciate you, buddy. Let's see. 11 KOs on the Urshifu. More KOs than the entirety of Secret Ship, right? Yep. Tough game. Tough game for the ship. Urshifu's still, like, doing well, you know? You guys want to guess Water Bear's numbers? Like 130? 120. Mew with 100 145,000 damage. Clefable healed 160,000 damage, dude. 160,000 damage healed. Ugh. I mean, I'm telling you. You have a Clefable walking with Urshifu, who already has, like, incredible amounts of sustain, right? And then you have it walking with a Blastoise, which is incredibly tanky, and then a Trevenant. Trevenant took 90,000 damage. Jeez. Hyper Beam is garbage. I mean, look, I happen to agree with you. I do not like that pick at all. You know? Espeon, why is no one talking about Espeon? I mean, it did a lot of work. Did a lot of damage, but it wasn't able to close anything out because the team was just kept alive by all those incredible heals, you know? So many good heals. He carried? I mean, carried him to where? The loss? I mean, he did a lot of damage. I just think the comp wasn't great, you know? Carried him where? To the graveyard. He carried him to the graveyard. Get ready for our next game here, everybody. Everybody. Oh, rock your body. Yeah, highlights from this match is just a highlight reel of Black Goblin absolutely dominating everything. I loved that pick early on. I loved that, like, jungle invade early. It just didn't work, man. It's tough. Jungle invading in solo, you get so much value out of it because nobody knows how to do anything against it, right? You can't talk to anyone. But in coordinated, people are just like, oh, they're coming to get me. Okay, come on over. It's so much worse sometimes in coordinated. Yeah, the failed invade just snowballed into a loss. I think had they had better... I don't know. I don't like Dragonite as your big scaling Pokemon. Maybe with Outrage and sort of like a Clefable near it or something, or a Blissey. I don't like Hyper Beam Dragonite as your sort of... That's what you're putting in the center. I don't know. It feels like not it to me. Definitely feels like not it currently. In this meta? I don't feel it. I don't feel it. Outrage can do big damage, it's true. I do believe Outrage has a better chance against that Urshifu. I agree. I think, yeah, I don't like it. They also, it looks like Black Goblin counterpicked their Blastoise, because Secret Chip's been running Blastoise here. And they had to go to Goodra, and Goodra didn't seem to provide a lot of value for them either. It was really underleveled for a long time, so... Yeah. Who would be a better center all-rounder? Well, from Hyper Beam Dragonite? I don't know. I feel like a lot, honestly. But it doesn't have to be an all-rounder, but let me just take a look at all the all-rounders in the game. I personally would like T-Tar better. T-Tar's tough and competitive, but I like it better than Hyper Beam. I would like Mimikyu better for sure. Blaziken is tough because it doesn't have a Unite move, but I think it's probably better than Hyper Beam Dragonite. I'd rather have Char on my team than Hyper Beam Dragonite, but you know, these are top tier players. They obviously have a strategy they're looking to implement, right? But I'm not a fan of. I don't know. It just doesn't really feel like you get a ton of value out of it. Aegislash says Rocky, sure. Scyther's all right. Yeah, I mean, now you're into like... the tough thing about Scyther is the enemy team is so tanky. And Scyther feels like it feeds on super squishy Pokemon, and they really don't have anything like that on the side of Black Goblin. So I don't know. I don't think I'd... I don't know. T-Tar feels like an okay choice, but then the problem is you're playing Hoopa, right? And I feel like T-Tar, you want more consistent healing. Still hoping they decide to make Urshifu an EX license because it keeps dominating every tourney. Yeah, I mean, it could happen, Bisson, for sure. What about Scissor? I don't really love Scissor in general. I gotta be honest. T-Tar needs levels and stuff. It's true, but so does Dragonite. I mean, Dragonite needs 8. T-Tar needs 9. It's not that different. I feel like T-Tar would fight a little better in some of the fights, but they might need the range, is why they're thinking Dragonite's ideal, because, you know, it can fight at range and get some pretty good damage from its autos, honestly. But, yeah. They both play Stardew Valley until level 9. They do, yeah. Scissor with Clefable is very strong. Or with Comfey, true. Yeah, with draft coming, I got to learn more Pokemon. Yeah. I mean, man, draft coming is going to be so exciting. It's really going to show who has a pool of Pokemon they can play with, too. Because if you ban out a defender, like, okay, I'll play another defender, you know? But if someone only plays Slowbro, they're in trouble. Goodra could easily get 100k off that Dragonite meat shield. Yeah. How about Azu? I don't know. I wouldn't play it center, honestly. It just doesn't feel like it has enough value. It doesn't scale enough to me. I feel like if you have a center Pokemon, you kind of want it to be like a crazy... Like, I would rather they pick Cinderace. Pick Cinderace or something like that, you know? In that single situation, like, just pick Cinder. I think it's better than Dragonite, probably. Hyper Beam. Alright, Secret Ship looking to ban out Hoopster. Black Goblin wants to take away Zacian. What about Garchomp? A lot of people play it in lane. Hoopa banned. Zacian banned. First pick could be Inteleon. And I think they would like that. Unless they want to steal. They steal Mew. Mew getting so much prio in this tournament. It makes sense. It's really, really good. Now the question is, what does Black Goblin want to do? Are they going to steal Umbreon? Do they want that Clefable? How much do they care about Urshifu? How do they want to build this? Urshifu, Clefable. Yeah, their Clefable is so good. I wouldn't want to get rid of it either. 160,000 healing. Yeah. And the nice thing is, no matter what defenders you're left with in these comps, I think you're going to be okay. Like, you take anything. Dang, he's back. What? Hold on. You're gonna second pick Dragonite? What do you think, they're gonna take it from you? Is that possible? Let them cook. All right, Tristan, I'll let him cook, but I don't know, man. What is S2 doing? I don't know, Dupe Snacks. I don't know what's going on, man. It's pretty wild. Oh, Dupe Snacks is on. I can bring him in, maybe. Hopefully I can. I don't know if I can share the screen with him well enough. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to bring Dupe Snacks on. Let's see if he can watch this match with me. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna have to plug a headphone in. Hold on. I'll have to try to get him the feed here. If we can. Oh. Am I streaming on a delay? Not a huge delay, but probably enough where I'm going to see something before you, right? Oh, yeah, you can watch the main broadcast. That's right. Yo, dude.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Let me adjust your audio level. I think you're a little loud. Go ahead again.
Hello.
Let me see. Chat, let me know if Dupe Snacks is coming in okay. Bringing him on in here to check this out. Hopefully, if we're both just watching it from live, you'll be able to see it. Someone's saying too low. No. Try again, Dupe Snacks.
Hello.
I feel like he's good. I mean, I'm looking at the levels. I feel like he's good, but we'll have to see. How are you, my friend? It's been a minute since I've talked to you.
Doing good, man. Great announcements. People are getting wild on the internet. I guess you can say whatever you want when you have opinions, and you're allowed to do that.
You're allowed to say whatever you want, dude.
I think Unite has had a great week.
I think Unite's had an insane week. for sure. Taking a look at this game too, I saw you in the chat saying, "What is Secret Ship doing?" This feels like maybe they've kind of thrown in the towel at this point. Like they're kind of done. I don't know. This is a weird. I can't believe they're bringing this Dragonite back.
I'm flabbergasted. Actually, it did not look great last game. The only thing that like makes sense to me out of what they've picked here is Mew and I think it's Yakubari and their Trevenant, just because they have a really good Trevenant. Outside of that, though, man, okay, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, they've got right now. If it plays anything like last game, they've got Hyper Beam Dragonite, they have Mew, and they possibly have Power Up Punch Lucario. So this just might be like full on. Let's melt this thing down and just see what we can do. Like big secure, you know, like situations. That's it. Look at this. They're so close yet so far away, Doob Snacks.
Yeah, when they have you a level 5 Urshifu peeling up looking for some damage.
Oh!
And the Urshifu has looked solid the whole time.
They knew, but they couldn't do anything about it. I love that this Mew is on coaching Electro Ball right now. I actually love coaching. I don't see many people run it, and it feels like something Secret Ship would absolutely do. Is just run coaching a ton.
I mean, why not, right? Why not? It's just like the speed boost and stuff it gives is terrific.
Here they go. Here they're pushing into the enemy central. Again, they did this last game at the start of it, and here comes this Urshifu actually going down, finally. Things are turning around for the ship.
Well, this is the game to do it, right? Game 2, you had a rough game 1. Maybe this is they heard us talking about this Dragonite, and they're like, okay, non-believers, we've got you covered here. All right, you can't be naysaying that much too often about what we second picked, which is still banana lands to me. But
it really is, dude. It's really wild. What do you? I was asking the chat earlier. How do you feel about that pop out? That kind of info pop out.
I think more information is better if well presented. I haven't decided what I feel about it yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like I think
of course.
like conceptually it's a good thing, you know, when you're talking about high level competitive tournaments. But I haven't decided if I like the way they're doing it.
Yeah, I can't tell either. I think it's cool, but of course it eats into the game. It feels like they're finding good moments to use it, but we'll see. What is Dragonite going to do? Do we see a Hyper Beam come out from this thing? We see the Dragon Dance. It's dancing.
I think we might be like I'm watching the live event still, right? So we saw the Dragon Dance and the Dragonite actually didn't Hyper Beam and peeled back. Is that what you saw?
And he just Hyper Beamed, and there's a big wood hammer from Trev.
Yeah, now the Slowbro's like getting pretty low.
Slowbro's down. Yep.
Okay. So we're pretty close. We're pretty close. I just want to make sure that we weren't like very far apart here. Secret Ship, this has been their best game because we got to see them before they played Black Goblin, right? I think that's when I picked up your stream. Was like that game 3. This is the best they've looked so far. So like you keep talking about like you love watching Secret Ship, and so do I, because they're always trying unique things, right? They don't let the pressure of the moment keep them from trying to get creative, which is 1, admirable, and 2, very fun as a spectator to watch. But sometimes, like, because I'm a fan of Secret Ship, I want them to just pick something normal, please. Like, I want to see you press forward in this tournament. Please just grab a strong Pokemon here.
I know the exact feeling when I play this game in like whatever semi-competitive fashion I have. Obviously, I'm not trying to go to Worlds or something. When I'm like 5 stacking or playing in a tournament, one of my favorite things was playing with one of our former casting buddies, Jeff Hoagland, because I always wanted to pick dumb stuff, and he would be like, "Please do not pick this. Please don't pick Crustelier. Please don't pick Mime. It just doesn't help us. Pick something good." So I really love that about Secret Ship. But yes, you also just want them to win the game, please.
Yes, exactly. I've stacked with Jeff before, and even on just a rank ladder stack scenario, Jeff not about too many funsies.
He's
right?
not
about.
You know what? But he
is
also he has fun picks that he likes too, that he doesn't mind with. By the way, Secret Ship tearing this match apart, making me look like a fool for saying they shouldn't have Hyper Beam Dragonite in here. Yeah, it's like this. Like I'm wondering what this is telling us right now, because there's a lot here, right?
There's a ton here. Like it's like so much that it's hard to analyze individually, right?
Yes.
Because they've just gone in so many, we'll say irregular directions that it's tough to identify exactly where their plan is coalescing. Besides, air quotes organized chaos. And honestly, maybe that's the strategy, right? Like throw so much sideways stuff at this team that they just aren't sure how to react because they've never seen this look before in their scrims or whatever.
I really like seeing Lucario in here. It feels like Secret Ship is, I mean, they're the kind of team they're bringing out. They have almost like a first season team comp, except for the Tree and Mew here. They've got the Eldegoss, Lucario, Dragonite. This getting extremely low, secured there. Nice beam by Black Goblin as they're going to push forward. LD into the sky. Blastoise throwing the Unite move, trying to make it out. He's probably not going to make it home, and he doesn't. Not a bad fight for Secret Ship. They don't get the objective, but they clean this up. I think their big change here is they have been focusing down that Urshifu every time they see it.
And that's what they have to do, based on how it treated them last game. Because last game was, as the chairman liked to say, it was rough. It was not great. So having an opportunity to get on top of this Pokemon, at least that's their coalesce strategy, right? That's their organized component of their organized chaos.
Ooh, there we go. Hyper Beam. They have a Hyper Beam too. I'm hearing from the chat, Dupe Snacks, the overlay, they are describing the Unite move. The number indicates what level they learn it, and then there's a description of what the move does. So this is actually, it looks like an attempt to kind of bring newer players into the game. In that sense, I'm all for it, because I love it when the esports is not only for people who are obsessed with Unite, like all of us are, but also for people who are just learning the game. I think that's actually pretty important.
Oh, I agree. I agree completely. That's a great look, right? You know, that's what we're kind of talking about, being tactical with the information that they're putting up. So obviously, like, having a bunch of information is terrific. Having a bunch of beginner information is terrific. But you don't want to lose your hyper competitive heads in the effort of, you know, bringing things down so rudimentary. Which I think in that case, popping in the graphic in and out is a good way to do that, right? Mm-hmm. Because the competitive folks can just keep focusing on the game, not really concern themselves with that. You know, once you get the gist of, oh, it's explaining the Unite moves, I already know that. But it's always kind of that repetitive factor, and it's a key component of the game for new players tuning in. So now that there's more context to what that is, I think it makes a lot of sense. I like it.
It does. I like it too. Secret Ship actually in a great position for this bottom objective. They're going to get a nice Registeel before this big fight. Doesn't look like Black Goblin can do anything about it. And this Urshifu is looking like a different Urshifu from game number 1. However, we just got a level 13 on their Venusaur, so that could be massive for this fight. Interestingly enough, I don't know if you saw, they're running Sludge, so they're not going Giga Drain.
That's...
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's a reasonable tactical difference, I think.
Yeah.
I
don't love it. I like playing it, but I don't love. Ooh, we also have a Scald.
I'm kind of a Scald hater, maybe too much so.
Uh-huh.
I just think Surf Plus in these late stages of the game is just such an amazing thing. But nice engagement, good Solar Beam back the other way. But Goblin kind of caught the blender. Hydro Typhoon picking up everyone is really turning this thing around, my friend.
Yeah, that was a huge Hydro Typhoon. Look at the Clefable. I mean, healing every single member of the team. That thing is so difficult to deal with. Black Goblin actually looking to close this thing out right now. We have Rayquaza at half. Almost everyone from Black Goblin is full. They're about to turn their full attention onto this objective. The beam way too early, but Mew gets it!
Yeah, Mew with the backup beams of itself, Electro Ball, a whole bunch of securing devices, locking it up for Secret Ship. And the strongest Pokemon they picked gets it done for them in this game too.
Wow, and now we have Mew. It's got 50 in its pockets. The goal is still up, though. It needs to find it in. It's running bottom. Slowbro finds it and breaks it with the Scald. Wow, this is so close still. A minute left and only about 100 points separating these teams.
It's where you want to be quite honest. Black Goblin has an opportunity to push here. They're down by 120, and they're starting to eat them up, right? Yakubari being down on the Trevenant is a big defensive component. If they can sort out this Dragonite to some degree, I think they got a pretty good chance. Venusaur peeling up top. I'm watching this Urshifu, though, Spragels.
Yeah, this Urshifu is going to need to do a lot of work right here, and they want to bring every member of Secret Ship down, but Secret Ship knows that. You can see them watching for the Venusaur. They see it now. Lucario jumping down here into this fight. Blastoise in trouble. Going down. Oh, the Wood Hammers. The beams are not going to be enough. They're not going to be able to break this wall from Secret Ship, I don't think. 15 seconds left. If they can possibly get one of the half-pocket Pokemon in a 50, they'd have it, but this defense defense is really strong. Trying to take down a tree on tier 2, dude. No, goodbye. Secret Ship taking them to game 3, baby.
Yeah, I think they really missed that window.
They did.
To be quite honest, when Yakubari was down on the Trevenant, who's a great Trevenant player, we saw them at
Dude,
Worlds.
Yakubari's sick.
So nasty on the Trevenant. When they had 10 seconds on that timer, that's when they had to go in, right?
Yes.
Like you already knew where the Dragonite was, and you had your Urshifu following. Venusaur was off kind of in Narnia, but you can't get better than having a 10-second window with new Yakubari.
Yeah, that was great. How do we have a totally different Secret Ship? I feel like I now have to eat my words about this Dragonite. I mean, I actually don't think it was the Dragonite. I think it was Pee-wee on the Mew. Honestly, Mew feels like maybe one of the most dummy, broken things in competitive right now. And I want to hit you with this. Why aren't they playing Mimikyu? Why is no one playing this thing? I don't get it.
I don't know. We were literally chatting about Mimikyu yesterday. I confused the moves and still thought it was too strong. So, yeah, I'm with you on that without a doubt. Without a doubt.
I'm just confused by it because if you use Mimikyu right, I mean, it literally is invulnerable. It's invulnerable when it's doing crazy damage to you. Maybe teams just aren't really familiar with how to play around it, or you know what, maybe it's just not as viable competitively because it's just more of, how there are certain Pokemon where it's like, this is such a solo queue monster, but you take it in competitive and you can just kind of pick it apart. You can just strategically be like, no, it's actually not that tough to deal with when 5 people are talking about it. Maybe it's that.
It very well could be. Yeah, why not? Sure, I'm with you on that.
Rich, thank you so much for the super chat, buddy. Love Tree. Would not have guessed Shed that win. Love you, Jack. I think you mean love you, Dupe Snacks. I think you wrote Dupe Snacks wrong. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Very kind.
Very kind indeed. Very. I'm just changing my name. I'm gonna just change my name to Jack.
You could be Jack if you want to be.
I could be a Jack. I feel like I could pull off the name Jack. Right?
Do you have a second name in mind? Something else you could go to if Kirk Dube Snacks Dubé doesn't work?
All right, let me spin you a yarn here, Spragels.
Okay, good.
When I was in 8th grade, I had this reoccurring dream for about a week where I was actually, instead of a white Canadian, I was a Pacific Islander named Tau Mawalafa. So
this is not at all what I thought it was going to be.
So if I were to just arbitrarily choose as a second identity, I think it's the one that I dreamed up for myself in 8th grade. And I think it's like right when I started playing rugby too. So maybe it was like the cultural crossings in my brain as I was like starting my rugby journey. But there you go. Ridiculous off the wall story from Old Snack.
I mean, honestly, it's great. Not what I thought at all. For me, I didn't even realize this until you said kind of like that younger version of yourself. I actually at one point thought it would be cool if I was named Vincent. just because of what's his name, like Vincent Valentine from Final Fantasy VII. I don't know if you played Final Fantasy VII.
Yep.
But
it's actually my favorite game of all time.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. And I thought that character was incredibly cool. And I was like, I could be Vincent for sure. Now looking back on it, I actually am very glad I'm not Vincent. I can't pull it off at all.
You don't strike me as a Vincent.
No, Vincent's too cool. He's got a black. He can really pull off like a dark jacket. His hair is just. It's like, I don't know what it is. You know what a character is just. You know what this reminds me of? I feel like in anime there are characters that are cool. I feel like you have to be that kind of cool in real life. I can't even come close.
I don't think either of us do. I think that's like just really an Achilles heel we have. We're just not cool enough to be the cool things that we enjoy.
That's exactly what it is. Not cool enough to be cool. Basically, if a 15-year-old Japanese boy looked at me, I would be everything he doesn't want. He'd be like, no, I don't like this at all. I want Vincent. I don't want Spragels, whatever this is.
You're like wish.com. You're Vinny. You're like wish.com. Vincent Valentine. There you go.
Yeah,
you do have the list though. Like your hair is arguably the closest thing to that, right?
Well, but I feel like you need like cool, like down black, almost like emo but stylish hair. If you're trying to like rock events, or you got to be one of those guys who can have long, guys who can really rock super long hair, like they look like Tarzan or something. You need that.
I don't have that factor. Not gonna lie.
I would love that fact. How cool would that be to be able to rock long hair? Oh my gosh. Amazing.
Random aside about Final Fantasy VII while we're waiting for the next game, since it's obviously a game we've both played. I was really bummed when like the Buster Sword was the weakest sword in the game.
It's a cool sword.
And it's like the hallmark of Cloud, that always just, again, conceptually bummed me out. Weird things that I just get hung up on for no real reason. Like, it shouldn't have impacted me in any sort of way, but instead it's just, why? Like, that bothers me.
Did you play Remake?
No, I haven't, because I don't have a PS5.
Oh, it's phenomenal. If you like, some people don't like it because, I guess, of what it does with the story a little bit, but man, I loved it. It's so good. It's so good.
It looks just because I love the characters so much, and I can't imagine they messed with the characters too much, right? Like, they couldn't have gone that far off the reservation with the characters. Just based on that, I feel like I enjoy it.
It's what I think it is. I think they're kind of, maybe it was a little bait and switch that got people upset. It is Final Fantasy VII, but it's like, I feel like the word remake is being used very correctly there, because I actually think it's a sequel to Final Fantasy VII, essentially.
Where does the timeline land from one to the other? You know what I mean? Like, it's obviously it's not overlaid directly.
It is like you're playing through the same events. But it's clear that things are changing. It's like you're playing through Final Fantasy VII again, but it seems like it's been a little while since I played through it. I'm not trying to get into crazy spoilers, but it seems like multiple characters inside of Final Fantasy VII, at least two, know what happened in Final Fantasy VII and are sort of like trying to redo the timeline. That's what it seems like.
Gotcha. So like they've figured out time travel, essentially, have jumped back to the beginning of the event, air quotes, and are trying to not let that happen.
Yeah,
okay.
That's kind of what I think's going on inside the game. But it's beautiful, and I loved it. And some people did not like it because the story could get pretty wild. And it ends basically right as you leave that first big city. Why am I blanking on its name? But it ends like as you're leaving that. So it's like kind of going through the discs of the game, honestly. They're going to make $100 billion off of it. As we head in here to the next game, Inteleon and Zacian. Zacian banned every game. Midgar, thank you, Rich. Thank you. And ANXB with Midgar.
Spragels, let me ask you this.
Yes.
First off, the city is Midgar, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. So not completely wrong on that. Is Secret Ship going to take Dragonite again, much to our chagrin?
I don't know, but they might be stealing away the Clefable, which I think is a baller choice. And they've got Umbreon. I like both of these. Thank you, Xander, by the way. Thanks for the 3 months. Love you, buddy. I like both of these choices. Black Goblin's Clefable is devastating. So I like them stealing it. The question is, what are they going to put with it? Because the Urshifu obviously pairs so well with Clefable. I wonder what they're going to try to... Oh, they're ready.
They are very ready. I really have liked Clefable, and I do think that in the West we're a little bit behind on the strength of that Pokemon. What are your thoughts?
Yes, totally. I think it's maybe our best supporter right now. Maybe. I mean, there's definitely arguments for Hoopa and Blissey's still amazing. And of course, I think most players most teams sleep on Comfey because it's not a very sexy choice. But it's so good.
I agree. I've like really come around on Comfey in general, just because Grass Knot is so much stronger than I think. Which I don't know how we're still like kind of sleeping on Grass Knot, because obviously it like dominated at Worlds, and it was, Elo made Comfey look like a Pokemon that actually gets to do stuff during a game, which is in and of itself very impressive. Like a perfect example for those of you at home that you may not have noticed, but Zoinks pointed out, and then I just kind of started locking into it, is Elo never let the character he was attached to get hit by a Mew boosted auto.
Yes, they would
He would
bounce
hop off.
off and eat it fully for free.
Yeah, it was sick. It's like, it's such a small thing, and you go, yeah, that's why Elo is insane. Also, definitely the player I'm going to miss the most next year, as it really seems like they are not going to be playing. And somebody I could watch play as the day is long. As a supporter player myself, big fan of supporters and defenders, as you know, Elo is definitely like #1 in my book of supports to watch.
Did we get the announcements for Luminosity and TTV or anything like that? By the way, the chat's excited because we do have Aegislash coming into this match. Really quick before you answer that question, isn't it? I don't know. You have Aegislash going into Clefable. You have multiple Pokemon going into Clefable that could easily Gravity and really shut down Black Goblin. I don't know if I love this really at all from Black Goblin, even though I'm excited to see the sword. But yeah, do we have roster announcements?
Not officially. It looks like LG has pivoted to Zugrug. Slash is going top path, right?
Right.
Has been kind of the big adjustment there. And then TTV, it seems like their team is shaking out, but no official announcements yet. And yes, Sword into Gravity with that boosted auto trying to get through, it's a recipe for disaster. That being said, I mean, really good players can play around the timing of movesets, right? We've seen Urshifus dominate Clefable because the gravities were used at the wrong time, so this could be a situation too.
Look at that red buff paired with the boosted autos from Sword right there, just so incredibly mean. I love seeing a Buzzwole here. I feel like you don't see that much Buzzwole, and I have not watched much of the winter tournament this year, but I feel like you don't see a ton of Buzzwole out of Japan. It feels like an NA, EU sort of pick, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Buzzwole looks, it's one of those things, it looks great, and then other times it's like, okay, does this character do stuff? So, maybe the East is finally, dipping their toes in that water, because it has looked great in certain circumstances. Gotta love Hoopa, though, for Black Goblin. I mean, that is a premier pick for them.
Ooh, and there goes the sword picked up and set down. Urshifu trying to get something done right there. Takes down the Dragonair. Beautiful.
That huge chunk of damage with the Urshifu with the hyperspace hole really actually just sent all of Secret Ship scrambling, despite being on a 3-on-2 there. So good work in tandem by the Blue Bear, which we've seen a ton of out of East, and we almost never see it on our side of the planet, which is a bummer because Blue Bear's a lot of fun to watch.
Dude, they love Blue Bear on the sort of I view it as like we have like the TPCI, which are all the tournaments that we kind of follow, and then we have the TPC, which we don't get to follow as much. That has like the ACL and the winter tournament and stuff like that. I feel like the TPC side loves Blue Bear, and we're kind of like done with it. It feels like,
which is wild. Have we just completely given up on Zorark?
I saw it earlier in this tournament, and I think a lot of people have given up on it. It's such a high skill Pokemon. Here comes Sword trying to, woohoo! Nice little combo right there. And they're going to break. Only a 10 overcap, but they're just taking it down. Black Goblin, baby.
It really seems like they're going to be mounting pressure in the top because of just how strong this Mew tree lane has been. And that tree came online pretty early, if I'm not mistaken, right? So that just kind of stymies everything happening in the bottom path just because of how strong Trevenant is once it hits 5. And the Woodhammers are really able to bully around. Umbreon trying to poach back there. Was that a snarl? What was that?
It might have been a foul play. I didn't actually get to see.
Foul play?
Yeah.
That's the actual move I was looking for. Because it dove in and it darted back, right?
Level 9 already on this Urshifu.
That's a problem.
Just kind of starting this here.
That is a problem.
And do we have Hyper Beam again? I mean, if we do, they're in a good position to take this down right here. There's that Gravity, and actually taken by the Espeon right there. That Gravity is going to be so mean for Black Goblin. I'm kind of surprised they want to play these Dash Pokemon into Gravity.
They're levering it just decently well, this Gravity, obviously they're able to bully. Just getting spiked up, put down real quick, quick KO there. Secret Ship, I mean, they've come alive. I mean, these picks, all of a sudden, this Dragonite looks like a real menace. I say that, it's more the Pokemon around it, but it's there for the party, and technically, its attendance is getting counted, Spragles.
Yeah, this Dragonite feels like me in high school. It's like, was Jake there? I guess he was there. Felt like there were a lot of other cool people at the party. I think he might have been there, though. Yeah, but they do seem like they're doing better than that first round. However, Black Goblin way up on the scoreboard right here. Nice fight for Secret Chip, as they're going to be raining some points in on this bottom goal, though.
Dragonite using their Unite move to close the gap and be with the team to crush this goal zone is huge, especially in the face of the Hoopa, because that limits their map presence, right? That kind of helps hamstring a little bit what the Hoopa is trying to do for Black Goblin. So you like to see that. You like to see that. Good move out of the Dragonite, Spragles. We're wrong the whole time.
Yeah, I guess we're wrong about Dragon. I don't know. I still feel like I'm not wrong. I don't know. It's just everything it's doing, it's good. I just don't love it for whatever reason. But it's fine. It's doing fine. Buzzwole. I love Buzzwole. Buzzwole's great right now.
But Buzzwole's phenomenal. I think we were just kind of off it because it could be so many other things that do what like Hyper Beam does better at this current stage.
Yeah.
But what it does do is it brawls a little closer than the other Hyper Beam counterparts, you know, so like Solar Beam or Inteleon Snipe Shot, which means it's better with Clefable. And it clearly feels like Secret Chip is all about this Clefable. So maybe that's where you get a nod of advantage.
This Clefable pick is great. Look at this. You got Gravity right here, and they're bringing them into it. Sword can't get out of that at all. Really nice stuff from Ship. It was something I was worried about with Black Goblin's comp. I thought, man, playing into Gravity is a nightmare for a few of these Pokemon. Urshifu and Sword specifically, it's just no fun at all.
Can we talk about how Giga Brain that Hoopa Unite was, please? So Hoopa Unite on the bottom portal. The rest of Black Goblin shows up top. The Hoopa resets and goes up top in their unbound form. And the Urshifu's the only one that takes the portal to get a big dunk in and start ripping the bottom objective. And meanwhile, Secret Chip hasn't been able to do anything on the map. That is a huge Hoopa macro play right there for Black Goblin, and it's working out for them in spades.
Yeah, that was really nice. I mean, Black Goblin's still way ahead on the scoreboard. You know what I actually do like from this Dragonite, because I don't want to be a hater the whole time, I actually do like how they're using their Unite moves. They're really aggressive. They use it I feel like every Dragonite is using its Unite move way too late or way too maybe early. It feels like they know when the fight's going to pop off, and they almost... They either cut the enemy off and force them to reposition, or they enter the fight in a pretty strong way. I like it.
Yeah, and of course they're using it at short distances, which keeps that cooldown, you know, really low for them to repeatedly use it multiple times during the match. So, of course, after complimenting Black Goblin on that really clever, unique play that they did, they actually just kind of inted the top pad anyways, which was kind of a bummer because it seemed like their whole strategy was just to insulate the top pad. Don't really care about Regieleki, but they found themselves off the pad, got a KO'd, and then actually had to scramble behind it. And now Secret Chip has kind of closed the score gap anyways. So just worth considering that even if you make like a really high IQ play, you have to execute on both ends of it. And Black Goblin just kind of missed the mark at the end. And now Secret Chip is right within striking distance and with, looking pretty decent on their experience despite not getting the basement Reggie.
Ooh, look at the Sword making it out, and somehow the Espeon also making it out. It's one of those crazy fights where you can't believe nobody went down. Buzzwole actually in a lot of trouble right here. But backing up into this Clefable, I think this match could just be a Clefable diff. Because if they're organized for a fight, if Black Goblin doesn't have a way to just shut this thing down, it's gonna be tough. They're gonna need to eat like a crazy Solar Beam and maybe get lined up by Trevenant for anyone on Secret Ship to go down to Black Goblin, because the levels are, right next to each other. It's just gonna be hard for Black Goblin to get a KO here. Maybe they'll get one on Dragonite actually.
Yeah, that would be a decent catch. The Clefable would be a good catch too. But I mean, the Gravity catches everyone on Black Goblin but Mew, right? Like if you go down the list, it eats everyone. It's a great pick. Woodhammer's coming out. They've isolated this Dragonite. They need to fall on that thing. Rings are unbound. Nice little stun. 3 players. Nobody there to follow up though.
We got the sneaky sword. Do you see that sword like coming around the back? He's like looking for a sneaky moment right here. He's got the Unite, comes in, looking for this Espeon. Can they get it? This Rayquaza's just going down. Who takes it? Is it the beam? It's not the beam. Who got it? Who got it? The sword? No.
I'm behind, dude. I am behind. So I just saw the sword get the KO. The Trevenant United's out. I have no idea who just picked that up. Dragonite? Of course it's Dragonite, the best character in the game.
Was it the beam, though? It looked like the beam didn't get it.
Auto attacks, maybe. You can still press buttons after you use your special ones.
Maybe? Dragonite got it with the beam, though? The beam did get it? Man, from what I was watching, I was like, the beam did not actually get that. But I guess it did? Okay.
That was a bizarre... So I think I'm a few seconds behind you, Spragels, to be quite honest.
Okay.
But there was a huge, hyperspace Fury Fist that got a 4-player stun with the Aegis Slash hiding in the bush. And I don't know how you don't coup de grace those 4 players right there.
I was thinking the same thing, but he didn't. He went for the Sacred Sword instead. But, it's probably because of lowering defenses, right? Doesn't Sacred Sword... Wow, this is actually close. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, 305. Goals, was that 73 points? 83 points? They've got a chance here. They need some players to have standing, not with 3 players down, but they had a real moment there for sure.
I think it's probably because if he hits, or is it that I can't remember. Does it lower defenses or does it give you more? It increases attack by 50 if you hit opponents with it, and it ignores 25% enemy defense. So they wanted to hit with that Sacred Sword first. I think that was the plan. For sure.
So I think I understand that, like, conceptually, why you'd want to do that. But if you coup de grace, because that deals like raw damage based on HP remaining, right?
I think it does have an execute. Let me see. Because that's why you get, 12% missing HP. So I guess that's what it was. I think they were like, look, if I can nail a Sacred Sword, the damage increase is pretty massive, and I'm just going to see what I can get. That's probably it. Hyper Beam won it. Hyper Beam won it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I guess the same exact mentality, but for me, why it switches is if you coup de grace 4 players, because at that point, they didn't have anybody down yet. Right? So you still have, and then your Clefable might have been KO'd, and then everybody's online, right? Everybody can collapse. They still have some more moves to use. And it just seemed like as an Aegis Slash into that Gravity Clefable, you're not going to get a much better look to use your Unite move than that. So, I don't know. I mean, listen, armchair quarterback here, Spragels.
Yeah, I think as an armchair quarterback, I really think the big play there, though, was Clefable. I think that pick won them the game, honestly. Like, all the other stuff, they played great. They had some great moments. Both Mew and Espeon popping off for both teams. But Clefable, once again, with like 160-ish thousand healing, like I think that's the game. That's just what we're running into over and over again.
Yeah, and, obviously we've kind of seen this Dragonite come online, which has been great. The Clefable has really been the secret story, and I'm glad we identified, like, man, it kind of feels like our part of the world's behind on Clefable, because it is just nasty, dude.
I've heard some of the players talking about it now. I think after the Blissey nerfs, even though it was just Safeguard nerfs, right? Or what was it? It's been a minute since I looked at the Blissey nerfs, but I know it got nerfed a couple ways. What was it? Blissey got nerfed, Safeguard, and Helping Hand. Oh, and it's Unite move. That's what it was.
Yeah,
it's Unite
move. The Unite move, like range and distance,
yeah,
really got impacted there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something, for sure.
It is definitely not nothing.
It's kind of a big time move. Chat said I think Sword was a throw. I can see that, Rocky. It doesn't seem incredible. But neither does Hyper Beam Dragon. I still don't think it's incredible, but apparently the beam got it. It didn't look like it to me, but I guess the beam got it.
It didn't really look like it to me either, to be brutally honest. That's why I thought it was early, and then
Oh,
was an auto attack.
We got Simplicity in the chat saying it doesn't look like the beam got it. Because I saw the beam. I thought that beam was way early. So maybe it was. I don't know. Gluttony in the chat saying the boosted got it.
Boosted. We've seen that before.
Yeah.
Nothing strange about that. Would you do me a huge solid?
Yes.
And share with me or stream to me your screen, and I'll try watching from there. Because I think I am like a couple game seconds behind you, which is not great if I'm trying to talk about the game.
Yeah, let me see if this works. Can you see that?
Yeah, you are. I'm trying to see how many seconds. Yeah, you're about 3 seconds ahead of me. So I'm going to pop that. I'm just going to watch from that.
Yeah, it works.
If that's all right.
Yeah. That's perfect.
Let me adjust my screen here.
Did you see the Mew plushie, by the way?
The Mew plushie? No.
You didn't see it?
No.
Oh.
I'm trying to adjust my screen. Did it just come up on screen? I missed it?
No. They like advertised it earlier. Like people in attendance, there's like some Unite swag they can get, and one of them is a Unite themed plushie. It's the Mew with the HoloWare.
What?
Dude, yeah, I know.
Why don't we get anything cool, dude?
For people at home, you won't know this person, but there's a person we work with at Pokemon for a lot of the casting and stuff. He's the best dude. And I immediately messaged him. I was like, "What is going on? How do we get this plushie?" He's like, "It's their exclusive thing. I don't think we're getting it." I'm like, "Dang it! I want it." I even messaged Obion. I always say it wrong. Obuon on Twitter. I was like, "Hey, can you give me that plushie?" I'm like trying everything I can, man.
And whatever it takes, dude. Whatever it takes. There is an amazing plushie modifier. I don't know if that's the correct term. But what they do is they get the official Pokemon plushies, and then they make the Unite HoloWare. And
sick.
They don't make them to sell. They give them to people in the community. So like, they made like I think a magician Hoopa for Geese.
Oh, that's so cool.
And like the royal like cape and crown Aegislash. One of the players in Japan had that given to them. So like that is just so cool.
Beautiful. I love that.
That is like printing money for Pokemon. I feel like if they just made because even people that don't play Unite will see like, you know, a Glaceon with that awesome HoloWare and be like, well, I just love Glaceon and I want that. You know what I mean?
This is something you and I were talking about because we got to do that cool Pokemon Center video recently. Or I guess not that recently. Well, kind of recently at Worlds. And we were like, dude, if they even had one piece of Unite merch in here, people wouldn't even need to know. They'd just be like, oh, that's Cinderace with a pirate hat. I love it. They wouldn't even need to know. They'll pick it up. I'd pick it up if I didn't even know about the game.
No, you're exactly right. You're exactly right.
I don't. If you had to pick one, what do you think it would be? Like one piece of Unite HoloWare, if they could only have one.
Well, considering none of the Pokemon I main, their HoloWare is a premium, I won't select one of the Pokemon that I like. But I mean, if you're going for just like raw moneymaker, you could choose any of the premium Pikachus, and you are just off to the races.
What about Greninja? Like Hat Greninja?
Oh, yeah, like Greninja, of course. Lucario. Any of the Lucarios?
Oh, dude,
be sick.
Some of the Lucarios are so good. I feel like it's a little underrepresented sometimes. I feel like that Captain style, is it called Captain style or whatever? It's like the new pirate hat one. That one's really good.
Yes. Oh yeah, it's so good.
I wonder what it would be.
They're just
a few people in the chat are saying Phantom Thief and Teleon. That is a good one for sure.
That is a great one. That is a great one. I really like the Royal Aegislash HoloWare, and now that I've actually seen it like materialize into real life,
beautiful.
It looks so good, dude.
Yeah,
so good.
Kello says the Eevees. Oh, if you had a pack of those Eevees, that would be big. What's up, Kello? Good to see you.
Hey, Kello. Actually, any Eevee, you know how like the premium HoloWare has like pre-evolution forms?
Yes.
And like they have a little bit of HoloWare on them?
Uh-huh.
Any one of the Eevees for any of the premium Eevees would just buzz.
Yeah, that would be big. Looks like the Mew Unite plush was a giveaway on Japanese Twitter, limited to 100. Yeah, sad. What are we going to see next? I would love to see MJK, dude. MJK is, I mean, possible world champion level team, right?
Oh,
They were your Japan pick, right? Because all of us, when we were looking at all the regions, we'd be like, "Who's your favorite out of Japan? Who's your favorite out of EU? That was yours, right? Was it MJK?"
Yeah, I really liked what MJK was putting together.
I can't remember. Obviously, I love Secret Ship. Who was playing? There was another Japanese team that was playing out of their minds too at Worlds. Who was it?
Oh, Oyasumi Makaro?
Yeah, Makaro. They were great too.
That was Mame and Tone, Tone GG.
Yes.
And they're not on a team. They split up, but I mean, Tone was sliding on the match we were watching earlier. Were they not?
Yeah. Does Mame still play competitively as ANXP?
Yes.
Yes.
They're in the event.
Yeah.
In this event.
Mame is. Oh yeah, from the chat, Mame is on Unite Holic. There you go. Thank you, Dextrom.
Can I shoot you a link, Spragels? And I don't know if you want to put it in chat, but what it is a wonderful article that was written by one of the Japanese casters, and it has information about every single one of these teams and their background, their history, where the players are coming from, what teams they might have been on before.
Yeah.
And it's just really, really well done.
I'll pop that in the chat if anyone wants to check it out. There you go, guys. I read that. It's the same dude who did it last year, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was very cool. Very, very
great.
cool.
Their casters are great people too.
Oh, dude,
obviously,
their casters
a little
are
bit
so
of a language
nice.
barrier when we were chatting with them, but it's so kind, like just so irredeemably nice. It like made me feel bad. Like I don't think I'm a particularly bad person. I'm like I'm not this good of a person. Like they are super nice.
No, they're nicer than us for sure.
Oh,
I mean, we're trying to be nice. They're nicer, just like without even trying. they're better.
Like just infinitely better.
Oh, it's Mame versus Tun soon. Oof, that's big. Ooh, we got a big break.
2 words. Let's get it.
It's a big old break. 11 minutes. Holy moly. Is this what our breaks are like? We don't have 11-minute breaks, do we?
We've had a couple where, like, you know, we say, like, back in 5, and then it's like...
it's like, hey,
2 more.
that back in 5 is taking another 5, baby.
We're going to do this a couple times.
Oh, we did? Okay. Yeah, the chat's saying we definitely did. Yeah, it's the tough thing is, like, when you're doing it, it's hard to know because, like, we don't know... I don't know how long anything is. I just know that there's a game coming up here in a second, and there's like no time to do anything except maybe sprint to a bathroom. That's it.
That's kind of how every break is measured, right? Is there enough time to use the restroom?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
And the answer is often yes, but. And then it's like, okay, so
correct.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, but, and then you're like, okay, so it's no. It's just a no.
What are you thinking about the Smash Brothers intro we got from Meowscarada, by the way?
I love it.
It's pretty cool.
I think that like what they're doing with Meowscarada is very cool. I just don't like this Pokemon. I have no interest in it. Like from the game, from anything. Like I think the other 2 starters specifically were more interesting. So, you know, throw me off a bridge for all of you cat fans out there that really like Meowscarada. This has been like one of the releases I've been least interested in, which I think definitely puts me in the minority because a lot of people seem very excited.
The chat's saying, "LOL, what? Doob's gonna get canceled." Look, I mean, I think a lot of people like Meowscarada the most. It's also not my favorite, but to be fair, Unite is so good for this because I never cared about Greedent, truly at all. Never cared about Cramorant, barely knew it existed. And I like fully dexed Sword Shield. Didn't care about those Pokemon. Never really cared about Dodrio. But the stuff that they do inside Unite makes me care about these Pokemon, especially something like Inteleon, which I did not like. I didn't like Inteleon really at all. And now I think Inteleon's pretty sick. So honestly, I might become a Meowscarada fan at this point.
I'm with you on that 100%. So I was familiar with the Pokemon Hoopa. You know, obviously I played a ton now. It's my favorite Pokemon in the game to play. But I literally have a framed deck behind me that I qualified for Worlds with in 2018 when I was competing in the TCG, Pokemon TCG. And Hoopa was in that deck. I didn't realize it didn't have like the multiple arms form, right? I didn't realize I had like the baby form and then it evolved into the big one. And then I started playing Unite and I was like, I kind of love Hoopa like a lot. Like what it does with the rings and everything, all very conceptually cool. And now it's one of those things. It's like, yeah, I would say it's one of my favorite Pokemon just because of my experience in the game and now that I know more about it. So that is something that Pokemon Unite does incredibly well, is make you feel like you're actually playing the Pokemon, right?
Dude, it is every time Unite's bad, which they have really bad metas at times. We were just in the Mewtwo Y meta. The saving grace of this game is not only, of course, the IP just being like probably the best IP in the world you could possibly have, but you really feel like that's how Sableye would play. That's how Greninja would play. Mm-hmm. That's how Snorlax would play. Like, it really feels like that. So I think it's just, they nail that so incredibly hard. And I'm curious, and I'd like to hear the chat too. Are there any Pokemon you like way more? See, there's the plush right there. Are there any Pokemon you like way more because of Unite or way less? I have to say, I was never a Mewtwo fan. I already had issues with it, and I despise that Pokemon now. I truly despise it.
That Mewtwo is exactly what I was going to say in terms of one that I like less. I was never... I'm never... So I have this thing just about Legendary specifically. And in my mind, it's like... And I don't besmirch anybody from having their favorite Pokemon be mythical and all that, because Hoopa is one of my favorite Pokemon. But like as a kid, when I was first playing Red and Blue, you know, and the game subsequently, you know, like, you know, Platinum and Diamond and all that stuff. I didn't understand when people's favorite Pokemon was a Legendary, because isn't the whole idea to like bond with a Pokemon throughout your adventure, not just like the one you catch with the Master Ball at the end?
Yeah.
So like that always threw me for a loop, which is why I had a problem with Mewtwo to begin with. And just like you, once it hit the game and kind of ruined it.
Yes.
I was like, nope, I do not like this. No, not from me.
The chat saying Duraludon. Duraludon's a weird one. Never cared about Dura. When it first came out, hated it. Now I actually like it a lot. I like it a lot. Shrugs in the chat saying, always loved Bulba, so of course Venu is my obvious main in Unite. Nice. Absol sucks, says Ice Cream. I didn't have strong opinions on Absol. I actually like it. I like Absol. I think it's pretty cool.
I do. I enjoy Absol as well, for sure.
Dura is kind of like, is it? I don't know much about it, Lake. I don't know much about Duraludon's like or not like. Agreed, they captured the likeness of each Pokemon, like super strong Pika and annoying AF Greedent. Greedent is... It's so cool that a Pokemon like Greedent existed and was a thing inside of this game. Because you could see, if they're like writing down names of all the Pokemon that it should be in here, there are a few that they never agree to. But they're like, all right, put Dodrio in there, put Greedent in there, you weirdos. I feel like those are some of the conversations.
That's why, like, I always maintain a glimmer of hope for Pelipper, because it definitely falls into like the wonky, weird, like, what a random ad that would be, but I think it could be very conceptually cool. So, you know, I'll keep pushing it. As long as I have a breath in my body, I will push for Pelipper to be in this game.
It's fun. I hadn't even really thought of it as, hey, Dark Knight, what's up, buddy? Thank you so much for being a member. Appreciate you. The chat says nobody likes Pelipper. It's funny. Every time we're talking to Pokemon people and we're talking about Pokemon we want in the game, I have been saying the same answer forever. And Doob Snacks has been saying the same answer forever. And my answer is... Magikarp, Gyarados, but Magikarp, and Doob Snacks is Pelipper, to the point where at some point I feel like in a conversation it's just me arguing against the idea of Pelipper coming to the game.
You argue against it every single time.
I do. I really do.
Every single time. And it's I know you're just kind of, you know, giving me the riz there, and you're styling, you know, leveraging your charisma. You already got all the cowboy stuff in the game.
It's true.
Now you've got the Pokemon that you've been pushing for in the game. Spragels gets everything they want in the game. And I said, look, if you want to make some real money in the game, there's two things you can do. One is not add Pelipper, obviously. That is not how you're going to make money in the game.
True.
But how you are going to make money in the game, by putting our jackets from Worlds in there as like a $1 purchasable trainer item.
We have mentioned this to Pokemon people maybe too much. That
Yeah, too many times, honestly.
They put in the ACL stuff. You could easily put in they put in the Worlds thing. Well, who wouldn't want a stylish jacket that was beautiful, like cherry blossoms? Like, come on, you'd buy that jacket.
It was a great jacket.
It was
a great jacket.
Very, very fun.
I agree, my friend Spragels. I agree tremendously. Now, will they ever do that for us?
No, I don't think they consider much that we have to say at all. I think Magikarp was just a lucky one for me. I don't think they care.
I don't want to say it was a sure bet.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's up there.
Gyarados is very popular.
It's very popular, yes. And by the way, Tile, let's Stu, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, my friend. That's very kind of you. Makes me wonder which fossil Pokemon would be first. I was saying this the other day. I think Bastiodon would be pretty cool. Like as a defender. I think that's a cool one.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I'd have to look at
Aerodactyl, I think, would be conceptually cool.
Like as a speedster.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you think they'd do it as a speedster? Probably, right? It's like super fast.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Who are all the fossil Pokemon in the game? Oh, the Dracovish thing is... that could be big, huh?
Oh, yeah, because that was just part of Ash's like big winning team, right? So Dracovish makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Bizarre looking Pokemon. That Mew is so cool. Why can't we get that, dude?
Dude, I know.
Why don't they want us to spend our money?
They just don't want us to be happy at some point. Fossils.
It's crazy. I don't think Pokemon has a lost money on URI because every time we go to an event, we spend every single dollar that they've given us for casting on stuff.
You have no idea how big our bags are of stuff.
I had to purchase a piece of luggage in Japan, a Samsonite, because it was the only thing I could buy, of course. So like an incredibly expensive piece of luggage to get all of the just crap I bought from the World's Pokemon Center.
Dude, so much stuff. I mean, it's totally worth it. It's the best insane amount of money you've ever spent as you're going through like Disneyland for Pokemon.
That's true. I'm a very big like nostalgia memory thing, so like having things that like tie memories and don't necessarily have value or interesting to anybody else but myself, and every World's item gives me that, if that makes sense.
I have just things in bags behind me from Worlds. Like I don't even know what it all is. At some point I'm just like, I feel like I'm collecting, like here's a World Championship 2022 bag, here's, what is this? Oh, this is a playmat 2023. Where's this from? This is from EUIC, I think, or maybe it's NAIC. A playmat. I just have so much stuff. I have luggage tags. Looks like they're coming back, which is nice.
Next time we do a Unite Mike's charity event, I'm gonna reach out to you for stuff to put in our silent auction and raffle.
No, it's gonna be tough because I'm keeping it all. We have this lanyard, International Championships lanyard. But yeah, I got a lot of stuff.
So much stuff. So much stuff.
I try to bring stuff home for people, but I don't know what anybody wants. I'm like, do you like Pikachu riding a Lapras? I hope you do, because that's what you're getting. Is that something that means something?
Is that something you like? Well, we've got it.
Hi, Paul. Not sure what you like. Hopefully it's Garbodor or whatever. I can't remember the name of that Pokemon.
Garbodor?
Yeah, Garbodor.
The pile of garbage?
Yeah. Do you like that? That's what I bought.
That was my nickname in high school, was Garbodor.
My nickname was Vincent. Let's see.
Just legend.
Legendary nickname, dude. They're doing something. I don't know what it is.
It's maybe that game where you have to guess the things.
That was so
that happen.
fun, but also I
I was-
understand I understand being that late in the day, people not wanting maybe a game at that point. I loved that game.
I wish I wasn't so embarrassingly bad at it.
Oh, dude,
Like
I was really bad too. Zoinks was doing a great job. I couldn't get any idea what he was doing. I was like, I don't know what he's doing. He was doing a perfect Greninja.
That jump shuriken was pretty solid, I will admit.
Dude,
that
it was
very
so
good.
good.
I feel like when I'm in these like Pokemon trivia based games, I'm like the video from Vice where it's an 80-year-old grandma and they're like, name these Pokemon. She's like, Larry. And like I feel like that's the level of intelligence I bring to these Pokemon trivia things. It's frustratingly embarrassing.
Oh my gosh, there's the Mew. Just give it to me. Yes?
What are those? Are those Unite specific Pikachus?
Dude, this is what I'm telling you. Just give it to me.
Which means they can make the stuff like make more and just like, you know what I mean?
It's very frustrating. I just give it to me. I don't understand. Like I'm not.
Please,
Just give
just
it.
make more.
What does it cost? Is it $60? Okay, is it the price of a full video game? Just give it to me. I'll buy it. I just want it.
We'll buy it all.
Oh my gosh, what do you got now? She has something else too.
Japan always gets the good stuff.
I
They
know.
sure do.
They love Japan, man. But I get it. But it's
Yeah,
tough.
like,
it's
but
tough
we get
though.
it.
No, look, I do get it, but you got to understand, like, NA, man. All right, we won Worlds 2 years in a row, and I think it's NA and Japan, right, that have the biggest audiences for the game. Like, come on, baby, help out NA a little bit. We're here too.
Yeah, I feel like NA folks spend a good quality chunk of change on things.
Maybe the problem
know?
is we're not buying enough hollowware. That's on everyone watching at home because I'm certainly buying all of it.
Yeah, I am also buying all of it. So we know it's not us. We know we're not the problem.
We got it. We're good. What is this next? Is it
Too
United
easy.
or is it United Ninjin or is it Unite Holic? Because Unite Holic's got the matchup, right? Shut up and take my money. I agree. ANXB. It's got Mame versus Ton or whatever. I want to buy more hollowware, but I'm a poor American. No excuse. No excuse. You could always take out a loan.
What? Do not do that.
This is my channel.
Spragels with
My channel is
garbage.
not financial advice. My channel is not financial advice. It's not financial
I
advice.
can't believe that's the disclaimer we have to throw on this thing right now. It's just amazing.
It's not financial advice. All I'm saying is, all right. Some people are saddled with student loan debt. Okay, it's a problem. Yes or no? Do you agree, or do you like the student loan debt situation?
I do not like the student loan debt situation.
All right.
Spragels, no.
So now, if you were to tell me that someone could have less debt than that and have some of the most beautiful hollowware possible, if we were to trade, I'd take that trade every day of the week, twice on Sunday.
Oh, would you? Oh, would you?
I really
Okay.
would. I really would. This is the matchup, by the way. This is the Mame versus Ton matchup that we're going to see right here. Unite Holic. I don't know the name of our orange team, unfortunately. But
Well, let's check that wonderful link I just sent you, my friend.
oh, yeah, you're right. I could take a look at it. See if I can do it in real time.
In real time? Is time real?
Ooh, now this is where it gets tough because it's really hard to say. Let's take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow.
Nobody watching has any idea what we're talking about right now. There's no shot.
Yeah, they don't like rainbows. Crazy. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're so
yeah.
good.
That's what I'm getting at. You're right. Yep.
Unite Holic. Where's the next one? Ninjin. Am I missing it? Oh, I'm blind.
How does what?
Ninjin. Act after 10 minutes. Oh. No, Unite Holic. Dang, where is it? Black Goblin. Oh, Jet Black Group. Jet Black Group.
It's translated to mine as Jet Black Dan.
Jet Black Dan?
Yeah.
That's way better.
Oh, is that what we're going with? Let's go with that.
We've got Unite Holic versus Jet Black Dan.
We know it's definitely Jet Black.
Everyone in the chat, by the way, is saying they think we don't know who LeVar Burton is.
Are you talking about Jordy?
Yeah.
How's that for a reference?
I think people at this point, if they know LeVar Burton, I think they know Star Trek.
His body of work.
People are hitting with the last LaForge. Someone in the chat saying they're Dirty Dan. You're Dirty Dan? Okay. Dan in Japanese means group or faction. Well, there you go. Jet Black Dan.
So we're the Mustache Dan.
We are the Mustache Dan. NA Reading Rainbow was the best. My elementary school teachers used to play it for us in downtime or during library visits. There you go. There you go.
Reading Rainbow, Reading Rainbow. That intro song, banger. Is there anything better than that?
I think there was actually a golden age for shows that had like catchy intros. They don't even care anymore. Now just the title card comes up and it says like show and then you move on. They don't have like fun songs anymore.
What's one of the bops that you remember? Urshifu and Inteleon Band, we all saw it. What's one of the bops that you're like, man, that song crushes?
Was it Family Matters that was like everywhere you look, everywhere, somebody who needs. That was pretty good. I remember that being pretty dang good.
That was a good one. There was also like Step by Step. You remember that show? Step by Step.
Yep. Day by day. Day by day. Yes, of course.
But also just like on like a children's show level, the original Power Rangers theme was nasty, dude.
Power Rangers was so dang good. I mean, when the Green Ranger showed up, I was like, well, this is the greatest show ever made. Dragonite being locked in once again here in this tournament. So they're prioritizing Dragonite. They have a Dragonite, a Decidueye, a Zacian, but we finally do have this Mimikyu that I'm really excited to see. And it looks like they still do value the Lapras over here because Umbreon is getting the cold shoulder.
Is that P too? P is nasty.
Let's see. Yeah. What is...
this Jet Black squad is good. They are good.
Yeah, which one is... Okay, so we're going to be seeing sort of an all-rounder style Lapras from Ton. Mame... Is Mame actually playing support?
Yeah, they played support last year, too.
Oh.
UCS. Which is a bummer, because in UCS Season 1, I feel like they were the most, like, aggressive carries that we had.
Yeah, they were so good. Like, their Zarina's legendary. You know?
Yeah, it was very, very good.
Chat's asking why curse on Hoopa. I mean, you're doing a lot of damage. You kind of do damage in a pretty good area, and you're autoing a ton. It's not terrible. I think curse is like very slept on. Very slept on. But of course, you don't know what you're running
items
into.
In general?
Yeah, curse items are good.
Yeah, I think they're really, really good. I agree. I'm kind of like surprised we don't see more of them. But taking a look, like Tone has been playing Lapras all last year. It doesn't seem like they've fallen off of that. Where it seems like a lot of other teams have. Is that a Decidueye as well? That was kind of locked in the gutter there.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Coming from the chat, Selassie says Curse Bangle's meta on Hoopa. This is the first I'm hearing of it being the meta choice on Hoopa, but I'm excited to see it.
What are the other items?
EXP obviously, and then it might have been Muscle, might have been Rapid. I didn't see it. Maybe it was Focus. We've got Mimikyu in the center. I think this is a great call. We're gonna have to see how it works.
I like this invade too. Good coverage on the invade, but Snorlax is just such an early game meta.
And look at this, man. Taking them both. Beautiful. Clefable in some trouble right now. And it looks like Snorlax is still pushing towards that Mimikyu. Great invade right there by Unite Holic. Wow, that was beautiful.
That was really good. That was really good. This is Zacian too, kind of being able to hold down up top as well as they kind of successfully invaded is terrific. Snorlax being behind all three is it's just problems, right? Like when you're in a stage of the game where you don't care as a defender or support player if you get KO'd, like you can just go off the walls.
Unite Holic, dude, this is like the start of what a banger match for them right now. They're just doing so well at the start of this. 4 essentially down in this bottom path, looking for a good fight right here. Mimikyu is not yet level 5, so it really can't even participate, as it's going to need to head back to center. Zacian also doing very well top. 4 on Lapras still. They're just getting rocked right now at the start of this. And look at the coverage right here. They're just like, please, we just need to rip this before they take it. And they did take it, didn't they? Or did Clefable get it? No, yeah, they did because Clefable's still 3. Jeez, and they took it again! Oh my gosh, Unite Holic.
They are grooving right now. Maybe Mame on support. Maybe it's one of those things like you put Mame on support just so they have more time to dictate where the rest of the team is going at all times. You know what I mean? Like kind of be the commander because they're seeing more things than the others. That is just me spitballing. I obviously have no clue, but I'll throw it out there.
Well, I mean, you can be a playmaker, right, with something like that because, yeah, you can call the shots a little bit. This double invade from Unite Holic is a thing of beauty. And, I mean, Jet Black Dan in a lot of trouble right here.
Mimikyu just being level 6 at this point is not great because typically they'd want it to be like hitting 9, right? Going in stride in the next 30 seconds. And the fact that it's 6 is a massive win.
Hyper Beam is alive and well, by the way, Doob Snacks in Japan. Hyper Beam is alive and very, very well.
You'll love to see it, dude. I mean, I'm here for it. Where's my shovel so I can dig it, is what I say. I'm glad there's teams switching it up, and I'm glad it's looking better than you and I gave it credit for mere moments ago.
Well, if you need a shovel to dig it, I need a puke bag because it's making me sick. Why are they all picking Hyper Beam? I don't understand it. But apparently it's working pretty well. I mean, I can't doubt it from these teams who are playing, like Unite Holic playing flawlessly right now. And I guess one of the nicest things about it right here, I mean, what perfect solo rip and secure. Beautiful.
Jet Black looks lost, right? Like Tone is on a solo mission across the map. They're not really making any magic happen. Unite Holic was able to rip the bottom objective with just the Dragonite themselves. They're not, Jet Black got no value anywhere else. That's another KO on Tone, right? You mentioned it's one of their strongest players on their team. Certainly one of the most known quantities. And now Unite Holic is complete map control.
And here we go. We actually have Mimikyu kind of coming online right here. We're going to see if they can do anything with it, obviously. This is another solo rip situation with easy secure for Unite Holic. 38-0. Level-wise, it's looking very, very bad here for Jet Black Dan, except for Mimikyu, who has a possibility right here, but jumping on in, eating a massive Sacred Sword and going down. Jeez! How are they going to score this?
Well, now that the Reggie's in, they just got to do some good battle math, right?
Yeah.
Nice knock arrow to get the spacing they need. So they got all the time in the world to pull out the abacus and make sure that they're getting the right amount of points in. And they are absolutely grooving, Spragels. 137-0. Come on, dude.
This is rough, man.
Yes.
This is like this is a clinic right here. One thing that's tough is you let someone get Zacian. I mean, that thing's getting an EX license next to its name for a reason, right? It's crazy, crazy good. Still one of the best Pokemon. If maybe it's up there, right? It's Zacian, Mewtwo, Inteleon, and Play Rough Mimikyu. But this Play Rough Mimikyu, I mean, it can't get anything done. Anything.
No. And that's because that double invade was so successful, right? Snorlax is so good early game. Hoopa is a phenomenal Pokemon to support that endeavor. And they're absolutely grooving out here.
Dang.
Absolutely grooving out here.
This is just 137-0 right now, man. The like the pure domination here. It's insane. They have Unite moves though. They can find a moment. They just need to fully commit to a fight.
And they're not that far off.
There they go. They took that. Beautiful little solar beam. Mimikyu.
This Decidueye has P locked in. They have them absolutely locked in. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Look at this here. Even, I mean, they got 7 points. That's something. They got the objective. That's something. The levels are more in line right now. That's just how important some of those big objectives are. But this is going to be a pretty easy setup here for Unite Holic, because that Reggie's going to walk towards the tier 2. I wonder if they want to push with it. I mean, we have Unite moves on every single member of Unite Holic except for Zacian, so they could push. They might just use it as map pressure and walk bot, though. It looks like that's probably their plan.
Yeah, maybe you have Dragonite have their Unite. Yeah, you can actually see where everybody ends up, and then Dragonite Unite to, you know, where you might be able to find more value. Because now there's 4 players, 5 players down, right? Everybody's coming there. The Regieleki hit, the Dragonite can actually bounce back if they wanted to, using their Unite move, which is kind of sick.
Yeah, and now we see Mimikyu off in Nowheresville. It has nothing to do. It's all alone as Unite Holic is crashing this goal zone here. 42 points in it. They would love to get this Hoopa score and then move that right into that Decidueye. What a beautiful overcap that would be.
Yeah, and now they're just going to live in their central, right? As they close out a goal zone for a quick 1 trillion points.
Jeez. Based on timing, I don't know when they secured that first thing. Did they open up a possibility? Mimikyu, we have 2 Unite moves looking for Decidueye, and they finally pick up a KO here. They're finally fighting. I mean, right back the other way. Hyper Beam coming out right here, and now they're pushing into him. Look at that Sacred Sword. My goodness gracious me. They're going down. Yikes.
I mean, you know, the Executioner's Hood looked like it was on Zacian, but really it was that Snorlax, right? That heavy slam caught 3 players and then a block chip back 2 for a quick little stun. So the Sacred Sword just absolutely eviscerated them. Great play by the engagement there.
The picks on Snorlax's picks are so pretty. They are ridiculously good.
They really are. They really are.
Wow.
Nothing to scoff at here.
Maybe, I guess I'm seeing why no one's picking Mimikyu right now, because they're doing absolutely nothing with it. And here we go, 2-minute mark, down by over 200 points. This is Rayquaza or else. Mimikyu, I mean, if Mimikyu can catch Decidueye, even Zacian, because it can live through both Sacred Swords if it just throws Play Rough. Let's see what they do. Yeah. Just ripping it a little bit. Just kind of tapping it. Boy, Clefable not working out for them this game. It was so big in the last few matches we watched, doing like nothing here.
Well, it's not doing anything because they're not, you know, making it a factor, right? Yeah. They're not playing up in its face. They're not using those abilities that Gravity's so good at stopping, right? Like, oh cool, you caught the Snorlax that was able to block and back up. If they catch the Mimikyu here, that's massive.
Yeah, that would be huge. Oh, nice Decidueye Unite after taking Mew down, just pushing this. Slowbro Unite gets nothing done at all. Mimikyu Play Rough. Mimikyu Unite move. Doing everything it can on this Zacian right now. One more Play Rough. Oh my gosh! How beautiful was that? Dude.
That was wonderful. I mean, good coverage too by the Hoopa, getting hyper aggressive and kind of putting itself on the line, you know, into the Mimikyu's face. Now the Dragonite's there for the support and a quick KO. But Unite Holic, like, that was impressive.
Dude.
That was very impressive.
Using the portal from Hoopa to get off of the Play Rough that was going to take it down, that was a beautiful play by Unite Holic. Just gorgeous.
Very, very well done.
I never know what's gonna break something like that, but it broke it. It actually broke, like, because Play Rough will stick with you almost no matter what you're doing, but apparently it will not follow you through Hoopa's Unite move, which is big, you know.
So Play Rough, there was a glitch at one point in time that if you not taking the Unbound portal, but if you took a hyperspace hole back with the Play Rough on you, you drug the Mimikyu back to your base.
Yes. Yeah, and it kind of like bounces on the goal zone thing. Yeah. Wow, dude.
Is that still the case, or has that been
I think it still does. I think so. Wow, that was a lot. That was a lot.
A lot indeed. A lot indeed. Unite Holics, I mean, they were humming.
Yeah.
They looked so good. And I don't even think you can highlight the Zacian as the problem there. I think it was really, like you said, that first double invade, and it was just curtains after that. The Mimikyu couldn't, like, P couldn't get online. Tone was just like inting to try and get some sort of value to get their team going, and it just fell apart.
I wonder, playing a match like that, I wonder if we see Jet Black Dan, your orange team, just say, you know what, we can run that back because that was just like, it wasn't a comp thing, it wasn't a skill, it was just a total fumble, you know, it was just like a mistake after mistake after mistake. But Unite Holic, that was a beautiful game from them. Like, holy, they looked good. So
like
good.
if you think about it, in the invade, they had Tone, they had Clefable peel back, P was there, so it was like a 3-on-2. It's just all the last hits went to purple.
Yeah. I mean, look at this invade. How devastating. You took both buffs with 2 EXP share Pokemon. So, you know, if it doesn't go well, they're fine. Their lanes are doing fine. Just like beautiful, man. Yeah, and from the chat, they had a perfect first invade. Zacian's solo lane, super good. Totally. Wow. Regal says the invade messed up their mental. Yeah, it could have. It was really good. It's one of those things. Yeah. Sometimes it's just you get a little behind and you can't crawl out of it. You're just so far behind. Dragonite, I feel like for me is the big shocker of this whole tournament. Is Dragonite? Why am I seeing so much Dragonite? But apparently it's working great.
It's looked good at times.
Yes.
Which is an argument you can make for so many of the, Pokemon out
Absolutely,
there, right?
yes.
I'm not trying to undersell it here. But you can say that about so many Pokemon.
Totally. You absolutely can.
That Decidueye looked solid. That's the Pokemon that I think looked incredibly solid.
And we can see this move right here. Hopefully they show it again. So they hit him with the play rough into a Unite move. So where's the first play rough? There it is. Play rough, Unite move right here. Grab him. And then another play rough, and then boom, right through the Hoopa portal. Wow.
And then the follow-up stun too, right? The stun to keep the Mimikyu from even being able to like chase down.
How good was that, dude? Like what a beautiful play to protect Zacian right there. So nice.
This tournament's sick, dude.
It's
so
pretty
good.
cool.
I love competitive Pokemon Unite.
Dude, it's so
fun. Much fun to watch.
It's so fun watching these like top tier plays. It's so wild.
And it's amazing too, just like the small like hero plays that can be made, right? And in that instance, it was the defender and the support going crosstown shootout, kind of 2v4ing, leaving with the buffs, not getting KO'd, which is banana lands. And meanwhile, you have like a Zacian living rent-free in the top path because of it, and your team left with everything from the middle. Like,
yeah,
that is like the beginning of the end, truly.
It was brutal, and they didn't have an answer for it at all. You would hope that if they commit all those resources to shutting you down, that in other parts of the map you're getting an advantage, but they really don't at all. You know?
No, not at all. Not at all. Because they had 4 players in the middle. So like let's say the same level of commitment, but they actually deal with the problem right and still leave with their other buffs. That's still 4 players that aren't in lane, right?
Yeah.
That are just having to deal with a nuisance. You still have a Zacian, again, running around, 1v1? A Zacian, like level 5? Are you kidding? Like, that's a landslide of a W. It's the best character in the game at that point. So, I mean, it was well sussed out and well played. And Snorlax is one of the best Pokemon to do that. I love seeing these OG kind of Season 1 defenders making their way back because they're so fun, whether it's Block, Heavy Slam, or Yawn. I mean, so much diversity there, and it really shows that, like, it's never really solved for these Pokemon, right? They might be down, but they're never really out.
Yeah, the chat's talking. I see a lot of the chat talking about draft right now, obviously. Like, The news for Draft and Unite is pretty insane. What's your take on the EX Pokemon situation? That one, I feel like almost everyone for Draft, you still see a few haters out there, which is kind of crazy. But it feels like the EX situation is a little more contentious. You know, a lot of people, I think fairly, are saying they would just rather they be more balanced and we didn't have EX Pokemon. What do you think about it?
Yeah, so that's the camp I'm in. And I kind of throw it out in a tweet earlier. And it's like, when you create a different tier of characters that have to be, like, you're essentially, we know that they have a problem with balancing.
Yes.
Both in terms of how fast they do it and how they execute it. That when you create this EX tier, you've just created 2 more axes of balancing that you have to manage. And it's literally the thing that people know you're already the worst at. Right? Because now you have to balance EX versus non-EX. You have to balance EX versus EX.
Yes.
And then you have to just balance EX forever as the game grows. And it just becomes exponentially more difficult as you just create all of these factors for yourself that you have to, like, it's like spinning too many plates. So I'm not a fan. I wish they didn't have the EX thing, and I wish they just like, hey, here's a cool Mewtwo, and let's make it just as strong, or maybe just a hair stronger than everybody else, or everything else, and let's have some fun and let people just play whatever they want, right?
Yeah.
That's where I stand.
Yeah, I'm with you. That makes total sense. I didn't even think about it from a. Obviously, we know more legendaries are coming. We know about Miraidon. I think Koraidon is... I think what they did with Mewtwo is going to happen. I think we have Miraidon, Koraidon for sure. And clearly their legendaries are successful campaigns for them. So we're going to see more of them. And you're right. Now we have a new sort of field to balance within. As we have our first pick here, possibly going to Urshifu, as Zacian is not available. Urshi coming out of the woodwork right here. Easy snatch up right there. And they're taking away Lapras as well.
So like Urshifu for this team, they I just closed the window that had the name. Was it Pitch Dark
Jet Black Dan?
Jet Black. Oh yikes. Jet Black. They
Is it
really
not
good
that?
on
Is
the
it not
Urshifu.
Jet Black Dan? Now maybe I'm saying it wrong.
No, it is. It's 100% Jet Black Dan. I forgot and I was trying to guess.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's 100% of me being wrong. But they looked really good on the Urshifu in their previous set, right? Before this one?
Yeah.
It was like when they beat Secret Chip.
Oh, maybe. Ooh, we got interesting. We got Glaceon coming out. I like this choice. No way. No, this is bait. No way! The Mammost of Swine coming out here? I love this.
Yes, it's terrific.
All right.
It's so terrific.
Let's go with a capital L.
Allow us to skedaddle, my friend. They are grooving. One thing that, like, who's the player? Like Egg Noob, for example, is somebody that is known to like pepper and Mamoswine. Something that Mamoswine does incredibly well is break Eevee passives just naturally with all its like skill sets. So the fact that there's 2 on the other side,
yeah,
and you already have a pseudo defender there in Lapras to kind of back that up, this might actually be kind of a goated pick.
It's a really strong pick. You could go either way. You could see an Ice Fang. You could see Icicle Crash, because just as your Dubstanks was talking about there, Icicle Crash is a long-range, almost instant breaking of an Eevee passive, which is massive. A massive passive break.
Yeah, a massive passive break indeed.
Could be really interesting. I think, yeah, the chat saying Ice Fang incoming. I think against double Eevee, it's unlikely, but I don't know what they're bringing out here. Hi, that's beautiful. That was gorgeous.
Guess what?
What?
We ain't getting any of it.
I don't know about that, man. We could have some beautiful stuff. Who knows? We could have some beautiful stuff when Unite comes back. And they might bring us back to cast it all again. You never know.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Here we go.
I know that somehow you pulled off a successful Give Spragels a Raise campaign last year. So if you want to run that one back, but like include me this time, that'd be really cool.
I think the trick with getting a raise is somehow convincing everyone in the chat to say it at the same time. Obviously, that bore no fruit.
They gave you Gyarados. They're like, we'll
give him Gyarados.
We'll Gyarados.
I hope he doesn't think he's getting money for that. Mamo right now getting mean over here, getting in trouble though too.
No shot. The whole squad pulling up,
making it home.
Yeah, they let it off the hook.
If they had a water gun right there, it's gone. But that Inteleon must have just been on a massive cooldown here. Umbreon. Oh my gosh.
In trouble.
Yeah, it is.
Not even. Who cares? Not even. I'm just making stuff up at this point. This game is going much better for Jet Black than it was in game 1. That is for certain.
Totally different strategy here. I'm interested. Dragonite did not come back. Maybe they did not. They didn't like it that much. I don't know. No Dragonite returning. We've got the Urshifu. I guess they're happy about that. Oh, man, I love seeing Mamo here. What a pick.
That's what's great about the East, especially because there's no meta that's been borne out on high competitive levels, right? Like this is kind of like the first things we're seeing. So you get to see like these, this chalkboard strategy that was drawn out, like come to fruition. And like, they might have never picked Mamo, but they're like, if this and this happens, like this might be the right pick, right? Mamo in this case, double EV for the sake of argument. And it's just their first time doing it. And they're like, okay, let's figure it out. Like, we drew up this plan for this moment, so why not use it, right? Like, we've got a tournament to win here.
The special attack damage on the side of Jet Black Dan, by the way, I mean, Glaceon and Inteleon, that's going to be really mean. Look at that. Jeez. Because once again, wow, almost an even overcap. They just won a goal. Right here, same thing for Unite Holic, answering right back 98-81 right now. As Glaceon's hanging out in the top path all by themselves. Lapras is coming up there to stop them. 4 members of Unite Holic down here in this bottom path as we start talking about Mamoswine's Unite move.
Yeah, what a Mamoswine Unite move it is. Just hopping around, doing its thing, trying to chip someone with some amount of damage. It's like, I know I kind of use this reference before. It's like Wish.com Garchomp Unite, right? It's kind of jumping around but not really doing anything, whereas at least Garchomp is shelling in some good damage. Venusaur's in a blender there, Spragels. Holy smokes.
Dude, I mean, between beautiful move right there. Solar Beam always able to secure from 1 billion miles away. But think about it, they have Icicle Spear and Liquidation. It's just like point and click nonsense the whole way through. But what a beautiful Solar Beam to steal it away.
Solar Beam doesn't get old. It doesn't get old to me anyways.
I mean, steals are so exciting. And even with Mew around, I don't even know if you can consider it a steal. It's just what this thing does. It's so good.
Mew's nasty. I like the kind of like pseudo meta we were in where everybody assumed like the best secure tool on Mew was the Solar Beam, but in reality it was the Unite move into Electro Ball.
Yes.
Do you remember like when that was the wave? That was so much fun to watch because that takes a ton of skill to execute. And it was always just kind of like a flashy way to guarantee the objective for your team. I always enjoyed that.
Wow. I mean, what a different game from game number 1, by the way, here for Jet Black Dan. This is just so nice. And look at these breaks. They don't even care. They're taking goals away from them, obviously. Right now, having to deal with this. We've got ourselves a pedal dance. Huh. All right.
I'm looking at this is not the pedal dance comp in my book, Spragels, right? Like this is if you're going Giga Drain pedal dance, this is where I'd like to see your Clefable, right? This is like the Clefable game in my mind.
It feels like
where I'd want to be.
Oh, here they go. They're looking to take it down. Nice big beam. Oof. Yeah, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. Everyone's in trouble. I love that hiding right there, but you're not getting out. You're not getting out. That is Ice Fang, by the way. That is Earthquake Ice Fang from the Mamoswine. So there you go.
Now the Urshifu is running for dear life just to get on this pad because it has to insulate it from 5 players that are crashing. Like, what is this Inteleon going to do? There we go. There's that Wish.com Garchomp Unite we were just talking about. Glaceon back the other way, though. If they make this defense, that is nasty. Glaceon kind of popping off, though. And they've been the hallmark all game, it really seems like. Kind of the only shining mark for Jet Black in the face of what Unite Holic has been doing.
Wow, and Jet Black's just still pushing right here. It feels like Mew did everything they could to get their team home. I think they're going to have to sacrifice the Mammo Swine as Jet Black pushes them back. 163-211, insanely close, but they got that tier 1 goal zone up for Jet Black here, so Unite Holic could actually find a really good score here too and put themselves in a real power position heading into Rayquaza. Only 2 minutes left. We'll see what they end up doing with it. 25 in that goal still. Wow.
The fact that like that 5-person push was stymied essentially by the Inteleon, the Urshifu, but really the Glaceon stepping up, right? Using their Unite move and immediately just Christmas storying all the eyes on the other side of the map, just throwing icicles and breaking all the glasses out here.
I mean, look at this. Level 12 there on the Glaceon. Level 12 also on our Venusaur, which desperately needs 13, but it'll get there. We're at 330 right now. We're going to have a few high-level players in this game. They're going to be really fed come the end of this match.
Going to be important, without a doubt. Nice solar beam right after the Unite move to get a KO streak of 2. And they're just chasing now, right? Like,
wow! Look at that. That's exactly what you wanted them to do to Rayquaza. They just did it right there to Glaceon. Beautiful plays right there from Unite Holic, chasing him down like crazy. I mean, I thought he might get away after that eject button over the wall. That was a nice little juke right there, but no, not enough.
I will say, you know, obviously the biggest kind of like eyesore on Unite Holic's side is the Mamoswine because it's so rarely used in competitive play, but it is not the problem here, in my opinion. Like, I think the Mamoswine has looked particularly solid as compared to some of the other things Unite Holic is doing.
Yeah, I think, honestly, Mew, competitive, I mean, it might be just one of the biggest difference makers in the game. It's so hard not to have that Pokemon when the other team has it, you know? It's really rough.
Oh, yeah, that's a great point. That's a really good point.
I mean, just the beams are crazy. It's a level 14, by the way. It's the highest level in the match. Mew. Like, those beams are going to completely rip through Jet Black Dan. And then, of course, if you try to jump in on it, it just turns invisible.
Mew is so sick. I was shocked when they buffed it, but like again,
Same,
as a spectator, a good Mew player is one of the like greatest things to watch within this game.
Yeah, they're just like gorgeous.
Just like you, Spragels.
Oh, come on now.
Hey, you're welcome. Merry Christmas.
Where's our Venu? It's 13. It's hanging out with the squad, looking for a fight. Who could they find? Nice big beam. They're in trouble. Or Shifu going in. Glaceon going in. Eldy in the skies.
This Urshifu has to use their surging strikes to get out. Chipped up in a Mamoswine? Mamoswine the legend, dude?
Jeez.
Are you serious? No way. Mamoswine's the best.
Really great fight here so far. I mean, Unite a Holic right now. And I think they're looking to put the game away. We've got Rayquaza getting low. Wow, Glaceon, though, ripping through them right here. Mammo's in a lot of trouble, too, because that's max HP damage on those spears. Mammo's going to... Ooh, barely live. No, it does go down. Wow, this is so close. This Glaceon's just going to rip through the whole team right now. We're looking for a beam. Here it comes. Mew with the beam. Did it get it? It did, right? Mew got it with the beam.
Its beam was going off and it got KO'd, but there's nobody left standing. Look at those respawn timers, though. Lapras has got to guess right here.
Here we
if
go.
They can crash land on this Glaceon, they're in good shape.
Inteleon, though, gonna score top. Mammo's gonna fly through the air. It's gonna land. Oh my gosh! No!
It's the best!
No!
Let's go, dude! Mamoswine's the best.
Dude.
We did it. We cracked the code. We're in the Matrix right now, my friend.
That
watching, man.
Dude, that was, I mean, frames frames away from not happening. Like, what an insane moment right there. The Mew Solar Beam somehow able to stop both goals right there. Funny enough, I think they wouldn't stop it if Glaceon had its passive up, because they'd land on it and its passive would cancel the knock-up, but its passive obviously down in that moment. What an insane finish. Wow.
That was the best.
What an insane finish. Man, Unite Holic is killing it right there.
That was so good. That was so good. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it.
Wow. Either one of those goals go in and it's game over. You know? Insane.
Completely. There's no chance.
That was a great series of games between these two teams. Unite Holic looking like
Mame was on the swine.
Yeah, Mame on the swine, dude. I mean, but you got to give it up to Mew right there. How beautiful was that? Oh,
without a doubt. Wafu was cracked.
Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much for the resub, by the way, Miss Tiana. Appreciate you. That was beautiful. Beautiful stuff.
What
Holy.
a game. That's like my game of the tournament so far.
I think so.
That was so good.
That was gorgeous. I think that's actually, I didn't know how much this tournament I was going to watch. I think I'm going to call it there, because I can't go all night. I mean, I gotta end this thing at some point, Doob Snacks. I just wanted to check out some of the winter tournament. Everybody, Doob Snacks, thank you so much for joining me. Everybody, if you want to check this out, it's live on YouTube, it's live on Twitch. I'll find somebody to raid who's also watching it if you're here on Twitch. I just wanted to check out a few hours of it together, but I can't watch this all night long. I'm sure there's some great streams of it. Thank you again, my friend. Let's find somebody to raid. Who's on? Who's on and doing this thing? I mean, what a game to end on.
Ender's probably on, right?
Someone told me Ender was watching it. Maybe we can raid over to Ender. Yeah, Ender's watching it. Let's send everybody over to Ender right now. Again, big shout outs to Doob Snacks. Thank you all for hanging. I appreciate you. Sorry I can't go all night, but guys, we got a baby coming, and I can't be watching Pokemon Unite all night long right now.
What?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Spragels, thank you so much. Thanks, everyone, for allowing me to kind of pollute this chat and this tournament a little bit. It was a great time watching. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for hanging, dude. Love you, buddy. Thank you, everybody, as well, for hanging out. I'm going to send Twitch on over to Ender. YouTube, I'm sorry I have nowhere to send you, but if you want to head on over to Twitch and say hi to Ender, I think that'd be very cool. Same thing with you, TikTok. I love you all. You're all fantastic. I'll see you all very, very soon. You're legends. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.